It's showtime.
What's up, guys? Sam here, Contagious Collection, back with another video. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the game room. Back with another one. Very excited for this video, as I always am. And today's topic of discussion is actually going to be about Halloween games. I'm going to be recommending some Halloween-esque type games or anything close to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween themed, but horror style games or anything that I think is close to coming to that or anything like that. So if you guys are ready to get educated by some video games, I'm your teacher today, and I am not tolerating any type of truancy. I just felt like saying that. I don't know why. Yeah, we're gonna educate you with some video games. What's up? Anyway, you know the drill. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drinks and snacks, and hope you guys enjoy the video, man. This is what it's all about. It's just having fun with this stuff. And you know, talking about video games and recommending stuff. If you guys like it, you know, I would recommend you to pick it up. If not, it's all good. I don't know. Anyway, get right into it. First game I'm gonna actually talk about. I have talked about this in previous videos before, and I cannot recommend this game enough. And I even got like a purple cartridge for it. I ended up painting another cartridge, which came out kind of weird. So I was like, you know what? I already had a green cartridge, which I like to do with most of my games, like the Japanese imports. The reason why I'm looking over there because most of my games are there that I have the imports on. And what I like to do is swap out the shells, and it just looks really cool. Anyway, the first game I'm going to be recommending is Nightmare Busters, which is a action platformer. I have done a gameplay on my channel of this game, so if you guys have a chance, definitely go check it out. It has beautiful graphics, very, very fun gameplay, absolutely amazing, just everything about it. And me personally, I love action platformers. That's like probably in my top three if it comes to like certain genre of games. Definitely fun, amazing graphics, super fun gameplay. It gets difficult, but then again, video games sometimes have to be challenging a little bit. But yeah, man. And I don't know why the label keeps peeling off here. I gotta glue this down somehow. But yeah, a really fun game, Nightmare Busters. Highly recommend that. Next one I'm going to be talking about is I have also done a gameplay footage on my video of this game, old school style, where I put the camera and I record it because that's just the way I roll. Anyway, um, this game is called Ghost Sweeper Mikami. Again, this is a reproduction cartridge, but this is a Japanese import, and it's a lot cheaper. At least it was when I got it, or back in the days, like a few years back. They were really cheap back in the days. I don't know what the cost goes of this game as a reproduction, but it's worth it. It plays great. There's no slowdowns or anything like that. Again, it is a action platformer game, very fun, where you climb like platforms, and it takes a little bit of time maybe to get used to it as far as like the controls and stuff like that. But once you get into the game, you'll get the feel of it. It's not that difficult. Where you know there are a lot of games like that. The reason why I brought that up, where the controls are just a mess, where it takes a very long time, or it just you don't get used to the controls a lot of times. But yeah, man, another one I highly recommend, and that is Ghost Sweeper Mikami. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Next one, I'm going to be recommending a PC Engine game, one of my favorites on this console, and I have to say, one of my favorite consoles to collect for. And this is majority are Japanese games, but Again, before I buy any of these games, I do my homework to make sure that there's no language barrier or anything like that because I don't want to get stuck with a game like that. Or whether there's like action platformers, shmups, or anything that's easy to play, pop it in and it's ready to go. I don't care about if there's Japanese writings. I don't care about the story. I get it to play the game and enjoy it. And that game is Jigoku Meguri. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I think this came with a plastic case or one of the other games uh, that I've purchased for my collection. But I put this in a plastic protective case. Just want to keep it clean, and eventually I'm going to be getting uh, protective cases for all of my games. Here and there I have some, but not for all. Just to not to get that shelfware where you put it on and off the shelf, it gets like worn out and stuff. And anyway, it's good to keep them clean and in good condition. But yeah, man, another action platformer, very fun. Literally the first stage, as far as I remember, the last time I played it, you start playing off in like a graveyard. It's like a cemetery, and overall the game is very fun, very unique. And I believe you play as a monk, if I'm not mistaken. There's also an English name for this, but I don't know. I forgot the name of it, but I do remember off the top of my head that this one is called Jigoku Meguri. So if you guys have a PC Engine or if there's any other way to play it, I highly recommend and pick this game up. Super fun action platformer. Again, it's called Jigoku Meguri. Again, these Japanese stuff, I hope I'm pronouncing correctly as best as I can. I am. But anyway, next game, man, one of my favorite, all-time favorite franchises. This is one of, I believe, in my opinion, that this is one of the games that in the franchise doesn't get enough love, and I think it's a fantastic game. Any game in the franchise, they're all good to me. They might differ from one another here and there. What one might be better than the other, obviously, but one of my favorite franchises, and that is the Resident Evil franchise. And yeah, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. This one actually comes with a Devil May Cry bonus demo included inside, which is really cool. So if you're into collecting like different variants, there's stuff like this. And at the time, this was a fifth anniversary edition. But anyway, man, this is another favorite of mine. Very cool weapons, the puzzles and everything like that, the boss battles. Uh, awesome game. Absolutely love this whole franchise, and I really like this game a lot as well. I believe this is also on the Dreamcast, and I don't know if there's any ports or anything like that on the newer consoles. But yeah, awesome game. Code Veronica X, another must play, must have. Next one, let's see. Well, there's one Wii game I'm going to be recommending, so let's talk about this very quickly. And that is, I would say this is also another underrated game. I don't see or hear a lot of people talking about this, but again, it's a very interesting game. I played it a little bit, and I want to get more into it in depth and see how far it goes story wise and gameplay, obviously. And that is Cursed Mountain, man. Cursed Mountain, not Mountain Man. Sorry. Anyway, uh, Cursed Mountain. Very unique, very interesting game. So far, as much as I've played it, I did have a good time with it. Again, I want to get more into depth in it with it, but I can't say a lot about it personally because I haven't played it too much, like I said. But a really good one so far, as much as I've played it. Cursed Mountain for the Wii. All right, next stuff is going to be some more PlayStation games. I was just picking up games off the shelf, whatever came to mind, and then I don't want to pick stuff that I've talked about before or in previous videos of my Halloween handy, quote unquote, videos. Even if I do talk about it again, oh well. I just, if maybe you haven't seen the video, watch it again if you like. Even if it's not Halloween time or around that time, you can still play it. These are all amazing, fun games and very easy to get into. Next game I'm going to be recommending, actually both of these. I'm going to go just to quicken up make this video faster. Medieval Resurrection and Death Junior. Obviously, these are not in the same series. I just wanted to talk about them very quickly. Both 3D, kind of 3D esque action platformers. And this one right here, Death Junior, I actually have the action figure of it too. There's, I think, a couple other ones that I want to be picking up eventually down the line. But it's actually shaped like a coffin, which is very interesting. The shape of the plastic of the box. But this right here is actually I think it's a limited edition or a different variant cover because there are different cover art variants. And this one is really sweet, man. Very cool. It has that shiny foil esque style, thing. But the games, man, these are both really great action. Again, action platformer, full of action, very fun. Beating up enemies and stuff like that. And I would say these are close to Halloween themed, up there, but not bad. At least close enough. I know there are certain games that are like Pumpkin Jack that I really want to get from the Nintendo Switch. Like literally, you guy's head is a pumpkin, and obviously that is like Halloween theme. And then there's like a PS4 game which is called Halloween Forever. I'm looking out for that one as well. So games like that's like technically Halloween themed, but anyway, horror genre or close to it. This is what I have. This is what I'm showing. Again, hope you guys enjoy this. Anyway, all right. Another one I'm going to be talking about. One of my favorite games on the PSP. One of my favorite games in general, man, in my collection, and without a doubt, and that is the Third Birthday. This is a third person from the Parasite Eve franchise. Very different than the original PS1 games. Like I said, it is a third person shooter. Very fun weapons. In the beginning, if you haven't played this game before, I remember when I put it down for a while and I started playing it again. It was kind of weird where you have to you don't have that second analog controller and it's only one on the PSP. But eventually you'll get into it if you like third person shooters, horror style game. Very fun third person shooter, super fun game. The Third Birthday. Next one, I probably have talked about this before or recommended this in my videos, but I can't talk about this enough. This is one of my favorite, if not the favorite one, maybe the most favorite, I would have to say, as far as like the Ghosts and Goblins go. Just something about it. The PSP version is like so polished, beautiful colors, animation, graphics. The gameplay is super fun. I love the different weapons that you get as well, and that is Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. I mean, usually anything Capcom, in my opinion, especially back in the days, me being a big Capcom fan, it's so good, really well made, and they know what they're doing. Especially the old stuff like this, and yeah, man, Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, super fun game. Love this one. Next one, I'm sure again this might have like different ports or whatever, but I love this version. Uh, I believe, yeah, this is two games in one, which is Castlevania. Well, it's called Castlevania: The Dracula X Chronicles. So I can't read that for whatever reason. I don't know why. Anyway, there's Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. So I believe one of the games, yeah, it says unlock the classic side-scrolling adventure Rondo of Blood. So after you beat the first game when you're playing, you end up unlocking Rondo of Blood, and I believe there's other stuff like a lot of these PSP games have like unlockable games and cool things like that. But it is very close to, I would say, like the, I'm not gonna say spot on like the NES, but it is side scrolling, very fun. There's probably obviously newer things added onto it, but very fun game. Castlevania: The Dracula X Chronicles. I actually like this a lot, and me being into these style of games, super fun game. Highly, highly recommend it as well. Down to the last three, almost done here, and I'm gonna be talking about these again. Some more Castlevania games, and these are not too new, but from the PS3 era, and Castlevania Lord of Shadow, excuse me, and Castlevania 2 Lords of Shadow, or I don't know why that's both the same as far as that goes, but anyway, yeah, Castlevania 2 Lords of Shadow and Castlevania Lords of Shadow. So it's part one and part two. Again, part two I've played it very little bit, not too much, just to see what's it about. The first one I got really far into it. I think one of the boss battles I wasn't able to beat. But again, it's somewhat story driven as far as for the first one. I played the second one. I haven't played that much, like I said, but definitely want to get into these as well. Again, as far as like for the first one, yeah, it is very story driven, but I like that. I like that story driven part where you're reading and stuff like that, and there's a voice acting, even like subtitles. I usually put the subtitles on just to see what's going on, just in case that you don't understand what they're saying. Sometimes they have like accents and stuff like that. But anyway, I always have the subtitles on. But yeah, very fun games, man. Castlevania, you can't go wrong with it. Obviously, new, old, whatever. Uh, and last but definitely not least, I'm going to be recommending this game as well, and that is Alice Madness Returns. I believe this was originally on the PC. I'm not a PC guy. I don't collect or play PC games or anything like that, but I think I had seen this, someone playing this on the PC as far as like for the gameplay. I remember I picked this up, what's it called? From a video game event, and I know there's like water damage on the cover art, and I got a hefty discount on it, which is pretty cool. So for now, it's good until I get a better copy. I'll upgrade it eventually. Alice Madness Returns, man, super fun game. Absolutely love this game. Again, 3D action, platforming. Very fun, very bizarre, very weird things are going on. Like Alice in Wonderland is uh, it's basically Alice in Wonderland with a twist. And as you can see on the cover art, she has like a bloody knife in her hand. Super fun game. It is not for kids, obviously. It's rated mature, just saying. So yeah, man. Uh, Highly recommend this game as well. Another one. All right, guys, that is it for this year's Halloween Handy. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many games it was, but I think it was like over 10 games for sure. But yeah, that was it. And hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you all have a Samtastic day. Take care.
Hasta la vista, baby.